This time I have a Sony SLVR1000 in for service. This one's got two faults. The first one was pretty obvious. The second one, not so much. I actually found it by accident. It's a good thing that I did find it when I did, because I would hate to have had it sent out only to have it come back because there was a second fault that wasn't apparent, but I discovered it while I was doing my final cleaning. So let's take a look and see what we got here. This is one of my favorite video machines on the market. It's a SLVR1000, and I like these machines. They have a really good picture, and they're relatively reliable, with the exception that they do have the blue gear that breaks, but that's more of a, not so much a design problem, just fatigue. Plastic, right? That's a problem with a lot of these machines, is they have plastic parts in them, and the plastic parts can sometimes break. Well, they will break. They age. Turn it on. Okay, threads up okay. No problem there. No broken gear on this one. And I have a picture. That part works. Fast forward works. Rewind works. Let me guess. Eject doesn't work. Well, it did that time, but that was the complaint. Is eject doesn't work because I bet the gear is cracked here. Let's just see. Let's see whether that gear is cracked. I bet it is. I bet you this collar is cracked here and it was slipping. Let's just see what happens when I just put a little bit of yeah, it's slipping. See, yeah, so that's the problem with this. We'll pull the basket out on this one, and we'll take it from there. So let me just depower it. We'll pull the front loader out. Fortunately for this, I don't have to remove the front cover completely. I just have to loosen it up a bit so that I can remove the 4 screws to remove the cassette elevator, front loader, whatever you want to call it. You guys that follow my videos in sequence will know that the last one I put up earlier today, I had to deal with a faucet that decided to explode. So much for the limited lifetime warranty. Alright, okay, that part's out of the way. We'll just turn the machine on its side just so I have some free space to work on the loader assembly. I'll put some lights on so I can see what I'm doing and make for better pictures for this one. I gotta pull the front or pull the side cover off on this. That's real easy. There's just a couple little catches that will lock it in place. Just release the little catches, the little plastic catches, and this motor assembly will pop off just like that, and we'll remove the actual motor. Looked like something was on there, but maybe not. But you'll see where it's cracked in a minute here. We'll just remove the screws. If I remove the clip so I can pull the gear, it just makes it easier because there's a screw here that's hard to get. And this is not critical. This, you just line it up with the alignment marks. Now I can get this screw out. We're going to use the UV cured glue on this one, since I've got it sitting right here, and it seemed to work for the last unit that had a broken part. And this is cracked. This will be cracked, this piece here, because that's not supposed to move like that. And there's a crack. You can see it. It's there, right? So what happens is, this is the plastic shrinks, which is par for the course. The plastic shrinks. Once it shrinks, this piece here can move freely. So that's the kind of clearance I need. I'm going to put some of that glue in here, try to fill this space up with it, and bond it on. First things first though, I'm going to clean the motor shaft with some alcohol, get any grease off of it that's on there, because this is an area that is saturated in grease. You wonder why my hands are so dirty. It's because I've been doing plumbing earlier today. Not my favorite, but it's a dirty job. Somebody's got to do it. I'm going to put some on the shaft here first, even though I know it needs light to expose it. I'm going to put a little bit on here. Fit this on. I'll put some more around here. And some on the back side here. We'll put the light on it and cure it. This just seems so wrong, shining a light on it to set it up. Same with on the back side here. Put the light in there to seal that one up. It just seems so wrong, right? And that's solid. I can't pull that off. That is on solid. So now I'll put this piece back together. Have the timing marks lined up with the holes in the chassis, and just drop the unit back in place and pop it together. Just like that. It goes down, everything comes back up. Alright, let's plug this back in and see whether it works any better than before. Guaranteed it will. And I've glued this down. I put some extra glue in here and just hit it with the light a little more, just to make sure everything's nicely sealed up here, and it's hard as a rock. So hopefully that's going to fix it. I mean, I've done lots of these with epoxy and they've all held, But we'll try this one with the light activated adhesive, because it seems to be just as strong as anything else that I've tried so far. I've only tried it once, but yeah, it could be a game changer for fixing these things if it holds up. Moment of truth. Okay, these units also need other maintenance, so I'm going to do that while I've got it here. We're going to lubricate the tower gear, because that's something that does need to be done. And we'll lubricate the guides here on this one, but this tower gear does need to be done for sure. That will seize up eventually and break the pinch roller, so we remove out this one screw and lift the cap off. Hold the gear in place while removing the pinch roller so that it doesn't move. We're going to clean off this grease here and re-grease this with some lithium grease. So to clear it off, I'll use just a Q-tip. I don't even need to use a clean Q-tip for this because it's just grease we're removing. We'll put some alcohol on it. We'll remove this grease from the tower gear, the pinch roller. This is the tower gear here, from the tower gear and from the pinch roller, and especially in here, it gets all gummed up and sticky. Sometimes it also gets sticky in here, so what I should do is I should remove the spring, take this off, and clean this as well, because this does get gummed up, especially on this one. It's not bad at this point, but you can see that it's not, like, it's sticking a little bit. That's really not as big a deal though, but we'll lube that while we're at it. Remove the spring, then I can remove this bottom part. It's sticking. You see, this is gummed up here as well. You see the grease that's gummed up there? That has to be cleared off. Also on this one, so I got to remove this other spring to do that. Actually, I can probably slide this one down just like that and clean this up and not drop pieces while I'm at it. But we'll just get this all cleaned up. Put some fresh grease on. Don't need much, just a little bit. Okay, that one's back on, and same goes for this one. Oh, I'm gonna clean this out. Put some grease in here. shaft and down here on the tower gear. Don't need much, it'll work its way in the first time it loads. And put the top back on. Okay, that part's done. We'll throw a bit of grease down onto the rails here for the guides. Again, you don't need much, just a little bit. It will work its way in. I'm not going to pull the base off this and get into the other gears at this point. I will give the heads a clean with a piece of paper, and I'll clean the other heads and guides as well. This foam should really come off here. The head cleaning wheel is worn out on this one. You can see it, it's deteriorating. We can detach it here and just take the whole arm off. See what happens with this foam here. You see this is all deteriorating. You see, where am I on camera? This is all deteriorating, and that's going to put more crap back on the head than it removes. So these have to go when they get old like this. One last thing clean is the guides and linear audio control head, pinch roller and capstan. This one's not sticking. Looks like it's probably been lubricated already. That one's been done. Oh, what happened here? The pinch roller came apart. Well, that's no bloody good. That's a disaster waiting to happen. That clip is also probably cracked that holds this on, because, well, I barely touched it and it fell off, and it's held in place by this blue clip. So is this blue clip bad? Probably. Let's see if we can put this back together. Good thing I found that before sending this out. It just fell off. Once again, remove the pinch roller. Bracket, and we will see why this fell apart. Put that on like that and check out the clip. Is this cracked? I bet it is. I bet this is cracked. Sure is, right there. I don't know that I'm going to be able to use my fancy light activated glue on this one, just because, well, it needs to be able to hit it. The light needs to be able to reach it to cure it, and obviously it's not going to be able to reach that. When I put that back on, I'm going to have to glue this in with more conventional stuff, so I'll use some epoxy. So see, this is not holding on very tight. I can just lift that off just like that. So yeah, we'll put some epoxy on here and get this to stick on. I mixed up some epoxy. We'll put it into the end of this cap, just enough to hold that in place, and let that set up for half an hour or so before I put it back together. Alright, yep, that's not going nowhere. Let's throw it back together. There we go. All done. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.